tired of standing up here just as much as I'm tired of being here. And I'm just going to reiterate, I'm going to read it one more time because I feel like, thank you Josh for reading it, but I feel like you guys are not really understanding the executive order here. No parent electing that a mask mandate should apply to his or her child shall be required to provide a reason or make any certification concerning your child's health or education. A child whose parent has elected that he or she is not subject to a mask mandate should not be required to wear a mask under any policy implemented by a teacher, school district, the Department of Education, or any other state authority. So I'm going to ask all of you, I know you're not going to answer because we have this really weird relationship where you sit there on the pedestal and you can't talk to us down here. But I'm going to ask all of you the same thing that I asked Ward and Bond yesterday. Do you feel like, as a school board, that you have the authority to supersede my right as a parent and to supersede the right of this executive order for me to make the decision as to what's best for my child? Do you? Do you feel like you have that right? You can raise your hand. Okay. Answer that question? I thought so. Okay, so I'm going to take the rest of my 40 seconds to talk to the people back here because falling on deaf ears here, you guys are wasting your time. You got to stand up, guys. You guys need to start showing up. My son has been going to school now since January 24th without a mask on his face. He does not wear one. If he is asked to put one on, he respectfully declines. If he is asked to leave, he respectfully declines, and he is going to stay and get an education. He will not be escorted out by the Augusta County Sheriff's Department. He will stay and get an education. And you guys need to do the same thing because we can't do this alone. You have been given the authority by your governor to stand up and say enough is enough. If you want your child to wear a mask, that's great. Put them in a bubble, put 6 masks, homeschool. You make those decisions. I fully support that. But you have to respect the rest of us and our decisions for what's best for our children. The last thing I'm going to say is the data that we're talking about, nobody can provide us with any data because it doesn't exist. There is no data anywhere that says that cloth masks are effective in our children. And that is a fact, not an opinion.
Time again, we the students and parents of this community have been given the date when things would supposedly change, yet time and time again, the dates themselves have changed. We've been lied to on numerous occasions, and we are beyond done with their empty promises. Students are constantly left in the dark with their beliefs and opinions unheard while our school board members make the best decisions for us. You treat us as if we are dumb and can't see the pointlessness in these ridiculous rules, but I can promise you we can. For the past few years, students haven't had a solid tool to fight back against these tyrannical rules forced upon us, but we do now. Our governor has given us every right to take our masks off, and yet you still try to deny us those rights. Who do you think you are to try and tell us, try and tell the parents of this community what their children must do to get a public education? Well, I can't figure out who you think you are. I can promise you that you are not that person, and we'll soon find that out if you do not change your course of action. Finally, I'd like to remind you who elected you to sit on those comfy chairs, and along with that, I'd also like to remind you who can just as easily take them from you. Thank you. Have a good
evening. Okay, that concludes our delegation section, and we will move on from there to correspondence.
I have one correspondence I'll share with you. You guys have a nice thank you note from Sergeant John Officer. So I'll just pass it along to you to
Okay. Next is the 22-23 budget goals. Dr. Bond and Mr. Lotz.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. During your budget school board retreat, we presented the draft budget goals. You had conversations out of that. These are still in draft form. We'd like to just review them again with you tonight and simply ask the board if this is the direction you'd like to go